This is your daily briefing and you're most welcome to it. Free transfer time, quite possibly. The name in many people's frame right now is Franck Kessie, and I've got a little infographic thing up on here. Great player, 24-year-old, now close to securing a move to North London, that's to Tottenham. £8.5 million per year. As I say, he's free to come in following talks with the player's agent, George A. Tanganga. Potentially this is a very smart move. I'd say if we looked at it in simple terms, it would be redeploying some of the wage bill that Gareth Bale freed up. The only thing I would add is that the agent is whoring this player around. So there's going to be some volume of posts with this. Spurs in for Arsenal target, Arsenal in for Liverpool, so forth. So as I say, can't take anything away from the player. Looks to me on the face of it to be a sound addition, very creative, attacking player, precisely what Tottenham are missing at the moment. But you're going to have to weather the storm of the media interest. Paul Merson on Dele Alli. I think he's got a chance with Conte. He's got to be like Frank Lampard, breaking into the box and scoring goals. It's always different when a new manager gets in. Those who are not getting much time have a chance. I hear you, Merce, but the problem here, mate, is that he didn't do it really under Poch, apart from a very long time ago now. Didn't do it under Mason, and he didn't do it under Jose, and he definitely didn't do it under Nuno. So maybe the fear of God being put into him might get him up on his haunches. Pep on Conte. Welcome back to the Premier League. His career speaks for himself. An outstanding manager who has had success everywhere. Right, now brace yourselves. Alistair Gold with this one, and he's hearing that Harry Kane is believed to be very excited about working under Antonio Conte. The ambition shown by Tottenham's appointment of the Italian as head coach. Listen, I'm not going to beat anybody up here, but all I'm going to tell you is the absolute rock-solid truth. Unless Kane told Gold this directly, personally to his face, then this is from the same source as all the other duff information we've had from the press office. There's more. Matt Law from the Daily Telegraph. Antonio Conte is understood to have watched the Amazon All or Nothing documentary since first turning down the Spurs job, which has given him an insight into how the club operates and the characters of some of the players. So he's bound to be asking people in his first week while Daniel Levy isn't sat in the restaurant with an open neck shirt, smiling affably at everybody. Antonio Conte believes part of his rebuild has already been done when Tottenham kept Harry Kane in the summer. This is straight from the press office, folks. Antonio Conte has assured Daniel Levy that he is ready to try to help the club fight for Champions League qualification again, said the press office. Unless there are quotation marks around this, and from a substantiated source, or the players talking to you on video like I am now, then it didn't happen. This is wishful thinking from the club. I'm not being nasty, I'm just telling you the truth. And there's more from Sammy Mockbell at the Mail Online. Harry Kane's on board. There's money, brackets, not loads, close brackets, to spend, and work permit for Antonio Conte expected today. Full steam ahead with the new era at Tottenham. The club are hardly going to put out the line that Kane wasn't really convinced, and was, building himself up to talking to Conte within the next couple of weeks. The problem is, there's two things here. The other thing, apart from people, the club are putting out this thing that they wish everybody well and it's all going to be great, is that Harry Kane is acutely aware of the criticism that he's come in for. And I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get something from Kane that was positive, because if his form doesn't pick up under Conte, then the fans are going to put 2 and 2 together and get 6 again. And as we've said before, without money, this project is not doomed, but the odds of success most definitely are limited. Tim Sherwood. All right, Slags. If Spurs bring in Antonio Conte, I can see them winning a trophy this season. The Europa Conference League is there for the taking. The only other real competition is Roma. Tottenham have plenty of work to do in that competition and aren't sitting pretty. So it's there for the taking, but there's plenty of work to do and aren't sitting pretty. Okay, Tim. But they have more than enough with the fixtures coming up to field a strong side and get the points to progress. With the right man in charge, they will win it if they really go for it. They shouldn't rest players. All right, Tim. It is an easier route into the Europa League for them than their current league position will be. Tottenham are a huge club with great facilities. Ding! And talented players. Ding! And only 5 points off the top 4. Ding! Champions League football is within touching distance. Bing! And if they can put in a run of results together. Looking at the fixtures, they have some great ones coming up. It's a perfect time for someone to come in with big games on the horizon, including the quarter-final against West Ham United in the Carabao Cup, who are flying high too. One thing Conte guarantees you is that experience of winning, and this is the killer for me. His relationship with Daniel will be great so long as the team is winning. I'm sure he would demand some signings too. Yeah, well, what you've got there, Timothy, my old mugger, is the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. And most clubs that he has managed have spent money, and Conte has, on a basis of that, delivered trophies. Again, this is about a workman having the right tools. There is nothing Tottenham want more at this moment in time than to win a trophy. And says Tim as he finishes his quotes. And I would just highlight this as another potential conflict, as we saw with the sacking of Jose Mourinho, and as we've seen with the way that Tottenham Hotspur approach domestic club competitions over the last 22 years. There is nothing more at this moment in time that Tottenham want than to increase their money revenues and to get their revenue streams going. The trophies, the domestic trophies, don't do it for Daniel. If the Leopard's going to change his spots and we go for something, that could be a beautiful, beautiful meeting of minds. Spend a little money, win a little trophy, dance in the moonlight. It could be a wonderful thing. But that's only going to happen if Daniel is willing to make some compromises. Any other business? Question marks over Conte's work permit, so we may get Paratici heading up the Vitesse presser. Maybe he'll be apologising for his involvement in appointing Nuno. Or maybe even his phone will go off and all the sea lions in the audience will be able to go berserk. Our home tie with West Ham United in the last 8 of the Carabao Cup, which Tim mentioned for us earlier, will be played on Wednesday the 22nd of December, kick-off 7:45 p.m, and this match has been selected for live broadcast on Sky Sports. Right, that's your lot. Good luck, and don't forget, keep it Tottenham.